I know this is a very sensitive subject. Every day was so hard. I think I really was depressed. Could I be gay? Like could I like girls? She was the worst. Are you still vegan? What is actually healthy? Where did Draco go? Hey guys, it's Amanda. So I'm in my car right now. I just thought the lighting was honestly good and I'd just chill by myself, a little bit more personal. So I'm going to be answering some personal questions. I thought this would be fun to do every once in a while, just catching you up on my life, like filling you guys in, answering questions you guys currently have. I stay pretty active on social media, but my YouTube, you guys know I'm kind of like on and off, which I'm fixing now. I thought it would be good to upload this video every once in a while so you guys know where I'm at. I stay in touch with you guys and it's not like I'm disappearing and just popping back up and you guys are like, what? Like, we don't know you anymore. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated throughout my life in kind of one-on-one talks like this. So after I post this video, you guys can comment down below different subjects you want me to talk about in other videos and we can kind of be more specific about what I'm talking about. But since this is the first one, I just went on Instagram and asked you guys what questions you guys had for me. I was like, give me some hard-hitting personal questions because I want to get real here. We got some juicy stuff, so let's get started. First question I have is, what happened to Draco? So if you guys have been following me for a while and seen some of my videos, you know, I had like a dog, Draco, and Harley. So me and my sister split our time with Harley. We share him. Whenever she goes out of town or she's too busy to watch him, she's working too much, I take him, and then vice versa. So that's the situation with Harley, but with Draco, where did Draco go? I am actually very, very sad about this, so I'm not trying to make it like a funny thing. Draco's okay, he's living life, he's living his best life. Draco was a dog that I got with my ex-boyfriend, who you've also seen on my channel. Basically, when we broke up, I was out of my house. All of my floors were getting redone, so I was in Airbnbs for like 3 months. And this happened right as we broke up. At this point, my sister kind of took Harley, he took Draco. My ex and I have like hung out and like talked after the breakup, but I feel like he thinks that since I didn't take Draco from the beginning, it's just like I don't deserve him or something. I don't know. I miss Draco a lot, but he is actually living with my ex's parents. They are a dog family. They have lots of dogs. I mean, it's really, really sad because I love Draco a lot and he was an amazing dog. He still is an amazing dog, but I just don't get to see him. Draco is very much loved and cared for and living his best life, I promise. Next question, have you ever questioned your sexuality? Would you consider yourself to be straight? I think this is a good one. Open conversation about sexuality and like what my sexuality is. I think growing up on YouTube and growing up in Southern California, then like being in LA, I've always been open, like accepting myself, whatever it may be, whatever my sexuality is. Like I would not feel uncomfortable at all. I just know that I would be accepted with the people that are around me. I definitely have looked to myself, you know, going through puberty and like growing up, you kind of question, you're like, could I be gay? Like, do you think could I like girls? Everyone falls on a spectrum of their sexuality, but right now, I feel like I am very straight. I have dated guys. I've never been with a girl like that. I do think that women are beautiful and sexy, and totally if one day I meet a woman and I fall in love with her, great. You know, I think love is love, so you never know what could happen. Is it hard for you to make genuine friends? Definitely hard for me to make genuine friends. I could blame it on the fact of what I have, like my YouTube channel and this success and people wanting to use me like they have in the past. But really, I've kind of had this problem for a long time. I basically have such high expectations of my friends that I feel like they should be like devoted to me and we should be devoted to each other. And I think that's why I've always had boyfriends, because what I'm giving them, I get back. So I think all my life I've always wanted like to have a best friend and someone that puts like me above other people and I put them above other people. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that that's not really how life works. And you don't need to be obsessed with like one person. And I honestly rather have very few friends than like a bunch of fake friends. I feel like I do have some genuine friends in my life for sure, but definitely everyone is kind of selfish, I guess, where I feel like this is everywhere, but especially in big city, people are selfish, so they're always going to put themselves first, the same way that, you know, I would too. So to answer the question, yes, it is very hard for me to get genuine friends. It's for many reasons, and I'm not upset about it. The older you get and the more time, you know, you kind of see people that have stayed around for long periods of time, you start to understand that that's actually who they are. You've known them for years, and they are genuine. They might not be your bestest, closest friend, but wherever they are in your circle, like, they're real. Have you been depressed? Yes. I think there's like lots of levels of depression. It's hard. I don't do a lot of like research on this, and right now I'm in a really good place, but I can look back on a time when I wasn't, and kind of putting everything together, looking back on it, I realized like I think I really was depressed. So when I look back on it, there was a time I was in high school. I was going to a public high school before I did online school, and it was just, you know, every day was so hard, and I understand the feeling of when things are bad, you get so deep in how bad you feel like inside, and you start to lose sense of any sort of positivity, any like good thought in your head. If I wasn't at school, I would just be in my bed. Like all of my memories of like that period of my life was just in my bed on my computer. You know, I did have friends and there was people I could hang out with, but I was so, you know, like sad inside that I would just not hang out with them, and I would assume that they didn't want to hang out with me and they didn't like me. I know this is a very sensitive subject, and I don't want to undermine anyone else's depression or problems that seem bigger than mine. You know, I was making videos at this time too, but I was making videos and I felt so much pressure of, you know, posting certain kind of videos that you guys want to see. And I was going to school, and I would go to school and I felt like I had no friends, and I would like sit alone and just have panic attacks and like cry all the time. If you go back to the time where I felt like this, the videos seem happy and cheery and great because that's honestly what was making me so depressed. Not even just the pressure from the people watching, but pressure on myself to not fail. I think once I started online school, I got to focus on my channel more without the pressure of everything around me. And I actually watched a documentary called The Secret, and I talk about it all the time. And it's the idea of using positive thoughts, you know, to manifest things into your life. I talk about this a lot and people are like, whatever, we hear this, but it really did change my life because I thought so negatively, and then bad things were happening to me because I was so negative and I thought everything was horrible. But once I started trying really, really hard to put positive words in my head and to like look at things more positive, it takes a while to train yourself to do that, but once I really practiced that, it really did change my life. And faking confidence but being positive about it, like, then it starts to turn into real confidence. I've gotten out of it and I'm not in that place anymore, but what I did was, you know, really using positive thoughts, because you're in control of that and you're in control of what happens to you in your life to a certain extent. So I chose to use positive words and positive thinking to better my life. Do you feel like you missed out on being a normal teen and being able to make mistakes? The thing, I don't think I missed out on anything. It was just a different kind of lifestyle. It wasn't a normal high school situation, high school college situation, but I still made mistakes. A lot of my mistakes were like publicized, so that was different. I still was a teenager and did stupid things, and I look back at myself when I was like 16 or like even younger, and I'm just like, oh God, she was the worst. So I didn't really miss out on that because life still happens. Like, even though I had to be an adult pretty early, I still was kind of living with my sister, you know, when I was younger in LA. So I kind of had like a mom, someone looking out for me, like in the city where I was like, had this freedom, but someone always was looking out for me. I always had her to kind of like keep me in check. The only thing was that I didn't really have a time where it was like okay for me to not be okay. Even now, people my age are, you know, in college, and they sometimes have their parents supporting them. If I was in college at this point, my parents would be supporting me. And it's kind of like you go to college, you follow these steps, you do what you have to do, and then you can get a job. Like, it's kind of like those steps to follow to live your life right. But since my life isn't like that and it's all up to me, it's frustrating that I now have to be like, okay, I'm 19 and I'm a business owner and a homeowner, and if I don't work enough today, if I don't finish this, if I don't do this well enough, then I'm going to go broke and lose everything, and I didn't go to college and my life is gonna be over. So that kind of stress, so young, I feel like that's something that isn't normal about my life. What I missed out on is the kind of more freedom and like lack of responsibility at a young age. You know, I just have way more responsibilities than a normal teenager. But it's what I signed up for and I love it. I love my job and I love how challenging it is. I love my life. I love how challenging it is and how I have to work hard every day to be successful. And I feel like I would just not be happy if I wasn't working so hard. So I need it. Are you still vegan? So actually, I'm not vegan anymore. I know it's like so annoying because everyone posts these like, oh, vegan videos, I'm vegan, and then they post them like, why I'm not vegan anymore. And I'm not gonna like do that whole thing because I know that's annoying. But basically, I went vegan as a challenge, something to see if I could do for my health. I watched documentaries. I'm like, this is not healthy to be eating like this. And then also like the documentaries and stuff like about the animals in the industry. So I did it for a while, and basically I was realizing that I wasn't getting enough protein. And that's what everyone would say, like, oh, where do you get your protein? And I'd be like, oh, so annoying, they don't get it. But it is kind of true. You definitely can get enough vegan protein in your diet to be sustainable, but I was just not doing it. I was like, I know I can eat a bunch of spinach and I'll get my protein, but honestly, I don't want to. Like, and I'm not gonna do it. My bones, like, I was literally like weak. And I was like, going back to this, if I'm doing this for my health, what is actually healthy? I decided to add eggs and fish back into my diet. I still don't have dairy because I feel like it's pretty like useless and bad for you. Dairy industry is like fucked up, so no on that. And chicken and like red meat, like I just can't do it. Right now, I just can't do it. So basically that's where I'm at, and honestly, I felt so much more energy and so much better from adding eggs and fish into my diet. It just is enjoyable protein for me, not just protein powders and, you know, all this like lentils and stuff. Like they're good, but I don't really want that. But really, most of the time I do eat vegan. Most of my meals are vegan, except like I usually have like eggs in the morning, and like every once in a while I'll have sushi, like fish. I support veganism 100%. Different diets affect people differently, so you have to be sure that you know what you're doing and that you are taking care of your body when trying new things out. Do you find it hard managing a relationship with how much you work? For sure. I definitely feel like I'm in a place where I'm just too busy to have like a relationship, because being young and like in love is so overwhelming. So much like drama and emotions and everything. I'm working on my business, making my success, being happy like on my own, but then like adding another person's emotions into that, it's just like so much. During this time in my life, I can't be like, oh my god, this is my boyfriend, I just want to like live with you and be in love with you and wake up every day and get brunch and do all of this, you know, stuff. Like, that's not realistic, and I care about my job more currently. The relationship that I'll have now is with more distance and someone that can respect that I work, and I can't be like fully girlfriend watching Netflix 24/7, because that's a waste of my time. Like, I need to be doing other stuff. So finding someone that can handle that is where it's at. Did you ever become unhealthy how focused you were on working out / eating right? I don't think so. Anytime I'm working out, I'm being very healthy. Basically, the times where I've been unhealthy with my diet was when I would go through breakups. If I would go through a breakup, like, I would lose a lot of weight. And I'm already like a naturally thin person, so it was kind of scary for some people, but it was something about such a drastic change in my life, and like losing someone, it would make me not want to eat. Like the first time around, my first breakup, like I just really just couldn't eat. I was so upset, I was so sad, I couldn't eat. But then I would always get over it. Once I kind of like got over the breakup, I would get healthier. And I think the second time around, I was just kind of like, I didn't make time for myself to like calm down and focus on my health and like do what was right for my body. I was just kind of running around and like trying to be distracted all the time. And that also made me like lose a lot of weight. It's hard talking about these personal things because I'm telling you straight up like how I feel and what happened to me. I don't want to like put things on you and make you make bad decisions off of what I've done in my life. What I was doing was extremely unhealthy and I don't live like that anymore. But I'm being open and honest with you that I have been there before and I have been very unhealthy. So those were my questions. Very personal, very deep. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what other topics you want me to talk about. I can talk about like, I'll make a video on like kind of more one topic instead of like all these different ones like I did right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Just being like really straight up. I feel like a little bit crazy, but all right. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Bye.